What's going on, people? My name's Jack. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. If you're new here, I produce daily content, yes, daily, based around video editing, videography, and how to make money making videos. Subscribe now if that sounds interesting to you. Today, we're kicking it off with an interesting one. As you've read the title, it sounds like it's going to be a little negative, but the way I'm coming at this is just facts. Goddamn, mute yourself, computer, please. I ask for a little bit of respect when I'm starting my video. Yes, I talk to my computer, usually only when the camera's on for comedic effect. But basically, we're going to be talking about how Sub4Sub is the dumbest possible thing you can do, and actually does nothing for your channel other than basically give you a false sense of accomplishment. Like, oh, I've got 10 subscribers, but you've really got one because 9 of them were nonsense. Or you got 100 subscribers, but you've only got 4. You know what I mean? Because essentially, you've just been doing some nonsense Sub4Sub. Now, to anybody who's trying to grow a brand and who's sort of put a little bit of thought into it, I would assume that you probably conclude that Sub4Sub is essentially nonsense, right? It's essentially the same as you making fucking 15 other accounts and subscribing to yourself on those accounts, because the subscribers that you gain from Sub4Sub are meaningless, not valuable subscribers, and they're essentially just a fake number right there to I guess inflate your ego or something like that. That's why it's a pretty insecure move to essentially do Sub4Sub. You're basically accepting that you just want a number there, even though it's not even real, right? Complete nonsense. We're going to talk about it a little bit today because of all the comments that say Sub4Sub in my comment section. And I literally respond to them all just like, this isn't a good strategy. It's literally usually my response verbatim is, this isn't a great strategy. It's not a great strategy. Just saying, you know what I mean? And I know a thing or two about YouTube. I've been making videos on YouTube since I was very, very, very young, extremely young, right? I've basically grown up on YouTube. I know a thing or two. I've definitely, interacted with a whole bunch of different Sub4Sub people over the course of my essentially nearly a decade on YouTube, right? So let's do it. Let's get started. 2 seconds. It's actually my birthday today. I turned 21. And, I'll be uploading this the day after my birthday because of, I'm going to do a birthday live stream today, type of thing like that. But I turned 21, pretty cool. Very interesting to turn 21. And we're cracking on regardless because, listen, man, I want results. And that's the name of the game. So, YouTube videos, YouTube videos do really good on my channel, right? If you want a couple other ones and you're trying to grow your channel and you were promoted to click on this one, here's some ones that'll provide some serious value to you, right? There is the thumbnails, or there, probably there, right? Because I feel as though I've got more space here. The desk makes it, this side of me is filled, but this side's pretty empty. So I'll probably put some thumbnails there, right? And I'll link all those videos in the description. Those videos are powerful videos in terms of, the ones I'm thinking about right now is, how I got 1,000 subs in my first month. Very interesting. For my Sub4Sub people, that's kind of an actual method that will work for you, potentially. And the other two are just how to optimize your videos and how to optimize your channel, right? Super powerful videos. Check those out after this. Or if you're like, Jack, you're talking nonsense, I'm going to Sub4Sub for the rest of my life, fuck you, then, disregard me and go check those videos out. I promise you, who knows, it might work out phenomenal for you. Who am I to say? Anyways, let's get into it, right? So here's the one thing that will never and has never been a positive thing to partake in, and that is Sub4Sub, right? The reason for that, as I've literally briefly mentioned before, is the fact that these people aren't quality subscribers. You're not after a number, right? Anybody who's doing good, they weren't just after a number. They were trying to have a deep connection with their audience, right? The reason my channel is going well is because I'm not focused on width, essentially, or, you know what I mean? I'm not focused on necessarily the number getting higher. I'm focused on actually deepening the connection with you guys, which is why I literally spend hours every day responding to comments, responding to every message on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, interacting with the people, deepening the connection between me and you. When you're watching the video, I want you to feel as though you're fucking talking to this random dude who you know on the internet who's helped you with some shit, right? I'm not trying to stack up the subscribers too heavily. That will literally take care of itself. That's the reality of the situation. So targeting just a number, and it's like you're not going to be able to Sub4Sub yourself to any significant amount. You're not going to literally Sub4Sub to channels until you're a big channel and now things are going well for you. It's not going to work out. So the thing is, there's no thought being put into the Sub4Sub community because this is literally like doing actually negative things to your channel. It's actually like deducting points from the channel, because if, say you even get 1,000 subscribers that are Sub4Sub, maybe if you're lucky, 10 of them will actually be interested in your content, because the Sub4Sub people, they haven't found your content. You haven't provided value first, and they've decided to subscribe on their own initiative, which is actually creating like a connection between you already. It's just you've said Sub4Sub, and some people are hilarious. They post in my comment section, because all this is just taken from my comment section. I'm just ranting off about the random kids in my comment section, right? Or the random people in my comment section. I would hope they're on the younger side, but some of them I don't even know, right? But people will post stuff like, you know, if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you on 2 accounts. I'm very fast. And you know, what the fuck are these people doing? Are they getting a subscriber and they're going to see the subscriber and they're fucking subscribing onto their account? It's completely nuts. And you know, it's basically just like, there's no point to it, essentially. So I just want to make a video today just saying stop. If you're one of the people that's doing Sub4Sub, stop. This is a meaningless, it's just, you're wasting your time. There's so many other clever maneuvers you could be pulling to actually be getting some subscribers. Just spit a little bit. But there's so many clever maneuvers. Like, even if you're going to go down the spamming, crazy spam route, figure out some stuff on like a site like Twitter, right? I used to do this thing on Twitter right back in the day, which was more or less a similar thing to what's called the Sub4Sub, but actually, I guess it's more thought out and more strategic because the person has to actually take the initiative to subscribe to you, and there's no Sub4Sub there actually, but it's a spammy thing, right? I used to go on Twitter, right? And I had this like automatic message app that I don't even remember how I even set it up. It was some website. So that as soon as someone follows me, it sends them a message to their DM right away. I don't even have to do it. It's automated, and it says, hey, you know, I noticed because I was making gaming content at the time. It would say, hey, you know, I noticed you like gaming videos. How maybe you'd like mine as well. Check it out if you got a second, right? So it would instantly send them that message. And I would sit there for hours every morning and follow like 1,000 people or you know, hundreds if not thousands of people that were interested in the type of content I was creating on Twitter, and then hope that some of them would follow me back and then it would instantly send them that message, right? So that right there alone is still spammy. It's still not something that's really that good at the end of the day. It's still not fully as good as if someone just finds you on their own initiative and is like, wow, I love this content, I'm going to subscribe, and then they reach out and you talk to them and now you've deepened the connection. That's an ideal scenario. The Twitter thing is it's something I did when I was younger, right? And we're talking like 15 years old, but it's much better than Sub4Sub. Even that, which there's not a chance I'd do that shit today. It's a waste of time. But you out there who's at the start of your career, hey, screw it. You know, we need all the help we could get. I'm sure that, you know, that could be a good method for you. But Sub4Sub is not. There's not a goddamn chance Sub4Sub is a good method. Something that's a little thought out like that is a good method. You know, if you watch that video right here, how I got 1,000 subscribers in my first month on YouTube, or my first month making this channel. I'd been on YouTube for a little while before. But in that I had 1,000 subs in a month from this super, you know, just not to big myself up, but an extremely smart thing that I thought up when I was 15 years old, that me and my homie Ozzy cooked up when I was 14 years old even. And you know, basically this method, which I'll talk about loads in this video, go check it out. More or less, it's still based around leaving comments on videos, but it's much more strategic than Sub4Sub. If you subscribe to me, I subscribe back on 4 accounts. Just nonsense. It's pointless. It's meaningless, all right? And all this does is basically an unthought out, insecure move, because you're only basically going to create a number, right? So I have to assume a lot of the people doing Sub4Sub are young, so that maybe that, you know, they want the number so that they could tell their friend, I got 100 subscribers, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's the play, and you know, I understand that, but if you're watching and you're one of the kids, be smart, don't be a dummy. And you know, I was 14 years old figuring out little ways of setting up this website to spam, to message you or to DM you the message as soon as you followed me, and then I was following the followers of content creators who made similar content to me. That's a thought out play. It's spammy. It's you know, it's marketing the fuck out of yourself, being just a shameless promoter of yourself, which I definitely was at 14 years old. But it's far more effective than Sub4Sub, and that's something that I look down upon. If you're doing not even look down upon, because fair play, you know, I did it as well. But like, that's something I wouldn't do today. That's not like a fully tried and true method, right, to really up your followers, because you're basically following people on Twitter. Totally different platform to then get them to hopefully follow you back so that it sends them a link to your YouTube channel. But even that's better than goddamn Sub4Sub, which is essentially like doing, you know, nothing. Like if you want another sub on your channel, it's actually probably equally as effective as Sub4Sub to just make 100 accounts and subscribe to yourself. Literally, because the subs aren't tuning in. They're not tuning. These are people who would do a Sub4Sub. Imagine the quality of subscriber that's going to do a Sub4Sub with you. Sub to me, we'll sub back on 2 accounts. That's not a quality viewer. That's not someone you even want in your you know, your ecosystem of your channel. It's pointless. It means nothing. It's actually a complete waste of time. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Sub4Sub is the dumbest possible thing you can do on YouTube. I was literally just trying to search for something dumber, but nah, I think it's probably the dumbest thing you can do on YouTube. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I turned 21 today. You won't be seeing it till I'm on my second day, or yeah, my second official day of being 21. Legendary. Love you guys. Take it easy. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Later.